Welcome back to Beadaholique's Learn to Bead video series. This is our fourth installment, and in it we are going to cover the essential tools you need to start beading. When you first begin beading, it can be overwhelming as to all the tools available to you. So in this video, I want to cover the basics, what you will need to have to complete most of the projects you see here on Beadaholique and elsewhere. Some of these tools might look like the ones you have in your garage or hardware drawer, but they are not. Those tools are usually serrated, and as you can see here, they are very smooth and precision tools for jewelry making that we have in front of us. Also, the ones that you have from the hardware store are usually quite bulky, and these are very lightweight, easy to use, and easy to hold on to. The first tool I want to focus on is a simple pair of scissors. Pretty basic and straightforward. You can get these anywhere. You just want to make sure that they are sharp enough to cut some ribbon. So just want to make sure they make a nice clean cut. I know a lot of people actually go ahead and they then just tie a little bit of ribbon around the handle, and this just lets everyone else in the household know that these are actually made for jewelry making and not to be used for other projects. You want to make sure that your tools stay free of grime and their edges remain sharp. The next tool you're going to need is a nice pair of flush cutters. Flush cutters are different than wire cutters. You can see that these have a nice smooth edge to them. They taper to a point, and they are made specifically for cutting beading wire. I have a little bit of beading wire right here. They'll cut through it. And then they are also great for cutting wire when you're doing like wrapped wire loops, simple wire loops. That sharp little point will get right in there and make a nice clean close cut for you. The next tool you're going to need is a pair of round nose pliers. Pretty obvious where they got their name. You can see that they do have a rounded nose and they have two sides to it. And you're going to use these for creating wrapped wire loops, simple wire loops, bending wire. I have a piece of 20 gauge wire right here. And I want to show you very quickly and easily what you do. You just can bend it, and you can see that made a perfect archway. Now the tip of the round nose pliers is going to be narrower than the base, and so that's going to determine the diameter of your loop. So if I wanted, say, a really thick loop, I would go ahead and I'd bend it right here. It's going to give me a much thicker curve. But if I wanted a really tight, narrow loop, I would just bend it right there. We have video tutorials in our series as well about how to make a simple wire loop, a wrapped wire loop. You'll hear us talk about those a lot. They're a very common technique in jewelry making, and you will definitely need a pair of round nose pliers to make them. Moving along, our third tool that you're going to need to have is a pair of chain nose pliers. These come to a nice flat tip. You can see it right here. And they're great for grabbing things. You can grab beads with them. You can use them like a pair of tweezers. You'll also be able to grab wire with them. Hold the wire steady. That's not going to go anywhere. You can bend wire. They're a great all-around tool, and you'll definitely need a pair of these when you begin your beading adventure. And the final tool is a pair of crimping pliers. Crimping pliers are made exclusively to crimp tubes and crimp beads. And I want to show you real quick how to do that. We actually have a step-by-step tutorial already for that in the Beadaholique beading series. But I want to show you real quick. Now you can imagine that this is a beaded strand and that you have perhaps a clasp on the end. Crimping pliers and crimp tubes and beads allow it so you don't have to make knots or any other type of securing device. And you can see in a crimping plier you have two indentations. You have one that is furthest back, and when you crimp that together it has a kidney shape to it, and then the other one, which is closest to the tip, has almost an oval shape to it, and it's a two-part process. Like I mentioned, we do have a tutorial on this already which talks about how to do it step by step, but I just want to really quickly show you how simple and handy a pair of crimping pliers is. So I've put it in there, the one closest back. You can see that this is loose right now, but when I crimp it down, that wire is not going anywhere. And then you can do a finishing touch where you put it in the indentation closest to the tip. You squeeze that down, And now you have a perfectly crimped tube. Before we wrap up, I want to show you one more tool, which is not necessarily a must-have, but is definitely a handy tool. And that is a bead stopper. Very simple. It's just a coil and you pull it back. And then what you can do is you can go ahead and insert an end of your beading wire and it holds it in place. So as you're stringing beads, they're not going to go anywhere. So this is not a must-have, but I would definitely say it's a tool that, you know, you might want to add to your beading repertoire once you've bought the basic tools that you need to begin with. It's just an easy time saver and makes beading a lot less frustrating too. So I hope this video helped to clear up some of the confusion about the tools that you need to start with. There's a lot more tools out there. Many of them have very exciting uses, and once you find them, you'll be delighted. I know I have been, as I've found tools such as metal punches and others. But these are the ones you really need to start with. And so in our next video, what we're going to do is we're going to pull together all the things we've learned thus far in the Learn to Bead video series, such as the different types of beads, different findings, stringing materials, and tools. And we're going to take that knowledge and we're going to make this bracelet. So join us next time and have fun beading.